So what do y'all think?
I like it.
Awesome.
2021.
It smells like a new car, and I've never had a new car. I thought that was like you like cooking bacon or something. Cook bacon.
I don't cook bacon.
We're going to start out here and go around. Sometimes I talk too fast. If I start talking too fast and you see something you want to ask questions about, just stop me. That's fine. Right here you got a power tongue jack. It does the up and down. You got a light, so if you're hooking up at night. You got 2 propane tanks. This is your selector. Right now it's pointed toward this tank. Once this tank runs out, you'll switch it over to this tank. Now once you switch it over to this tank, if you're going to get this one refilled, you want to cut this tank off. Because sometimes if you don't have a tank connected over here and you got this one open, it's going to leak out of this hose.
Right.
So whenever you're going to go get it filled, always cut the other one off. Battery box and battery. You'll see us hooking this up to your truck, and what this is a safety device. If you have a catastrophic failure of the hitch, then that applies the brakes to the camper to get everything back under control.
Can I ask you something in the front again?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's say, what's the kill switch to cut the whole thing off so we can replace the battery or take it out?
So like it's out right now, so the battery's completely off.
So I can change it out.
You
take
change
it
the
off.
battery off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, while you're camping and when you're going down the road, you really want this on. And
Like
what that does is that allows your battery to get trickle charge from the truck, or if you got it plugged in, it'll get a trickle charge.
Okay.
And it keeps your battery topped off.
All right.
You got a tool in here to do your stabilizer jacks.
Yeah.
You can also use a small handheld drill and a 3/4 inch socket. Makes it a lot easier.
Now, the 3/4 inch socket, is there an adapter I can get from like Harbor Freight or Lowe's or somewhere that has that? You can get that 3/8 socket on the extension on there to do that?
Well, if you just got like a drill, we've got the 3/4 inch socket inside. You can just buy the socket, put it in a drill.
I need that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me roll this on and out so I can show you.
Boys, y'all need to get out the way now.
And the propane up there, the little lever, that switches left and right.
Yeah, from one tank to the other tank.
Yeah.
Let me run this out just a little bit.
Oh, wow.
A little bit up there. On your arms, you got basically the upgraded arms. So if you've got a slight rain and you want to shed the water, then you can just pull down on this right here. But you pull down on that right there and it will tilt one of the sides down so that the rain
The water
will
will run off. Okay.
Now, it's just like a big parachute. So anytime you feel wind or a storm coming up, you want to roll on and in.
Yeah.
When the flap is pointed straight toward the ground, that's about where you want to keep it on and out. The electric motor, if you keep going, it will roll back up the other way sometimes. So as soon as you see that flap pointed toward the ground, you just want to let off of it.
All right. Right, like it is there.
Well, a little bit more than what it is now. I just didn't want to hit that other camera.
I got you.
Is that just something?
Yeah, that's just a piece of tape. We'll get that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was just curious what it was.
Furnace exhaust. Whenever you run in the furnace, you don't want to set anything in front of it that's flammable that can melt. No flames come out, but there is hot air that comes out there. You got connections for a TV here. Right here you have a spray port, a little blue hose up front. You can plug it into here, spray stuff off. This is your fresh water tank. So like if you're going to be doing boondocking off the grid stuff, this is the tank you'll fill to carry with you.
Okay. How long can water sit in a tank like that before you want to run it out and replace it?
I wouldn't want to leave it in there like over winter or anything like that. But
Yeah.
now, like if you're camping today and then you're planning on going a week or two from now, it's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't leave it in there for months at a time.
All right.
Got storage back here, motion light right here. If it starts getting on your nerves, you can just hit the switch and cut it off.
It's bright.
Inspection light. As far as the roof, you want to inspect, like right here, you see this white putty looking stuff?
Yeah.
You You've got a seam of that across the back and a seam of it across the front, and then every vent that you've got up there has that stuff around it. And what you want to do is check that and the silicone around your windows 3 times a year at least. And if you see any checking or cracking, then you need to fix that or bring it by here and let us fix it.
Okay. I don't really see any here. Is that that some right there?
See,
that's a little bit right there.
You can see the clear stuff. That's the silicone.
We eventually want to get a pole barn.
The thing you use to clean the outside, usually what we use is like Dawn dishwashing detergent mixed with water.
Yeah.
That works fine, but you don't want to use a real chemicaled up type cleaner because
Right.
it can affect your roof. Just a mild cleaner, and I really don't know what the stuff's called, but you can see the ones that people have never cleaned their roofs. It's sort of like a mossy, not really moss, but it's like a
Moldy.
moldy looking stuff on the
Yeah,
roof.
kind of like that stuff from the pine trees.
But as long as you clean it off every once in a while, you'll be fine. That stuff
Can you get one of those brushes that you wash cars like with? They're real soft.
exactly what we use.
All right. Okay.
We use the one with the soft bristles. That's the reason you see me wiping off the bristles a while ago.
Yeah.
The little green bristles.
They catch.
Yeah, they'll catch every once in a while.
Now, when you're washing it, is there anywhere to not be spraying a hose up into and all?
You want to be careful around this area right here, which that's the vents to the back of your refrigerator.
Right here.
Yeah. And then on the other side where your stove, where your range hood exhaust is,
Yeah.
you want to be careful about spraying water up in there.
Yeah.
If you spray water
So
up
right
in
here,
there-
you would just be kind of going down and just letting it kind of ease down.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
rain.
I mean, you don't have to be super careful with it. Like if you stand back here with a spray nozzle, you can go over it pretty good and wash the soap off, and that's fine.
Right.
But now if you get up close to it and start spraying into it like this,
Right.
that's where you're gonna have
That's
issues.
what. Yeah. That's just common sense.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Back here, you got a 30 amp power cord.
How do we have a cord that comes with it?
Yes.
How long is that?
It's about 25 foot.
Okay.
Now this one you can adapt down to 110 to plug in at your house.
Yeah.
The only thing is you can't run the air conditioner. You can run the refrigerator, the lights, stuff like that to get it ready.
Yeah.
And the reason you can is because you really need a 30 amp breaker to run
Right.
the air conditioner. Most
Yeah.
time at your house it's going to be a 15 or 20 amp breaker that you've got going to the outlets.
Yeah. We've got a 50 amp set up down there.
Then you're fine there.
Yeah. We'll just need to get a converter for
Yeah,
it.
you just have to adapt it to that. Water heater. On the water heater, you want to hook your water up, go inside, get some of the air out of the lines, and then you want to come out here and you want to pull this. It takes a little bit for this to fill up, but after a while, when you pull that, you'll see water come out.
Yeah.
And when that water comes out, that lets you know that the water's at least to that level and it's safe to run. If you don't see water come out, you don't want to cut it on,
Okay.
because it'll burn up the elements and stuff inside that heats
Right.
the water up.
Gotcha.
So we're going around this way.
We used to have one of those hot water heaters.
You've got your sewage drains. You want to pull your black tank first. Black tank's going to be the commode.
Yeah.
Gray tank's going to be everything else, your shower, your faucets.
This is black tank.
Right,
And that's the gray.
right.
Now, is this threaded?
It's just twist off.
So it's one of those quick connects.
Yeah, you just twist that off, and it pulls right off, and then your hose will just twist right back on
Is
there.
that a 3-inch?
Yeah.
No.
No, I think it's 4-inch. Yeah, it's 4-inch. But any standard sewer hose will fit right on there.
All right. I've seen people that keep something stationary like we plan on, actually getting an adapter threaded, and they run, actual
Yeah, right to
PVC.
the sewer.
Yeah. And I've seen people with those the flexible ones. I've been watching some of them, and they're having some issues with leakage. And I want zero leakage.
Right.
So
Well, I mean, the main thing is, like, if you do anything hard line, like you're talking about doing with PVC, you just about got to glue it to get a secure, no leak connection.
yeah.
The best thing is you can get what's called plumber's paste, or any type of, you could even use Vaseline for that matter, put it around the inside of the drain hose and hook it onto there, and it's going to be pretty much leak proof. Unless somebody messes with it, it's
Yeah.
probably not going to leak.
Okay.
But now on that, you guys are doing this long term. One thing you're going to hear sooner or later, you're going to see on the internet to leave those drain levers open.
No, I've
They
always
don't
heard to
recommend
close
doing
it
that.
until you
Yeah.
you get it
Right.
on up there. Yeah.
Right. Now once you got once you pull your black line, all that flows out. Once you pull your gray line, and that helps wash some of that out, then you can hook a hose pipe up to this to wash out more of that.
Right.
Makes it even cleaner of a job.
Right.
Okay.
But you've got
Now-
to have those levers open when you plug into this.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Draw
Yeah.
it back up.
Right. If you got the levers closed, it's going to fill your tanks up and start coming through the floor and the inside.
Right.
So you've got to have those levers open before you hook up to this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Right.
Gotcha.
This is going to be your main water connection for your city water connection. You'll just run your hose up through here, connect into here. And right now we got it pointed down to city water. Now
Yeah.
you can turn this valve to fresh tank fill, and what it will do is actually fill your freshwater tank also. So you can fill your freshwater tank from the other side, or you can fill it from right here, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
But now if you've got a regular water supply, you'll just turn it to city water and hook into here. Battery discharge. Anytime you're plugged up to shore power or your truck, you want this on so that it's trickle charging your battery. If you're going to do away with a camper for the winter, then you can take this out and it disconnects everything from the battery. So even if you got lights on there, they're not going to work because your battery's disconnected. And as soon as you put this back in there and you turn it, then the battery's connected back to the camper.
Okay.
You got a 110 outlet, and then you got connections for your cable and satellite, motion lights.
I've seen some people, they got special ordered something for these little, keep bugs out, like a little grill.
We've got them inside.
Oh, y'all have some?
Yeah, we got them for these, and we've got them for the hot water heater also.
That's what, okay.
Sweet. We
Keep
need
bees
that.
and bugs and stuff.
Right, that's what, yeah.
Now you can buy sealants to go on the roof, and it just sprays on there. You wipe it around, and it'll protect it. It's basically like a industrial strength armor all for the roof.
Okay.
It'll protect it from the UV. And when it rains, the rain will sort of bead off of the roof. You got to realize you've got something that when you're pulling it down the road, the whole thing moves.
Right.
So eventually that stuff's going to crack. It's
Yeah,
just a matter
that's
of
why
time.
we're keeping ours stationary. I don't want to,
It should be all right.
once it gets there, we'll,
Yeah, you should be in good shape if you're just keeping it in one place.
right,
The more you move it, the more chance you got of cracking it.
right.
Moving.